Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the NXT review for the 22nd of March, not 2000, yeah, 2011. This is the third of what amounts to be 67 episodes in this season. I don't quite understand. It does run over several years, actually about a year's time, though, so maybe a little more than a year. Anyway, confrontation between Jason Novak and Byron Saxton in the ring. A lot of promoing off basically there, and Conor O'Brien and Darren Young go at it. Darren Young showing a little more personality than he has. I'm not necessarily sure that I understand the deep purple tights of Darren Young, but I mean that's there. Promoing off or deep purple tights of um, yeah, um, Titus O'Neil, and then Deep Blue by Darren Young. Promo off again, this time with Darren Young and Lucky Cannon, basically making fun of Lucky trying to do a bit of a frou-frou gimmick. Then we go back and Byron Saxton um, and Titus O'Neil get in each other's face, basically about size. So basically, we do a bunch of promo offs, and ultimately, there becomes more of a battle between Darren Young. Darren Young satisfied with that. Then we go back to the keg deal from last week, and we see Titus O'Neil winning that. His little bark bark thing is just goofy. Anyway, Titus O'Neil in there in the rookie position 15 minutes into a 41-minute program against Darren Young. O'Neil and Young actually have several matches over the next several weeks. Chavo Guerrero has Darren Young at his, I guess you'd say, beck and call. Irish whip attempted there and ultimately uh, clotheslined by O'Neil. O'Neil uses some power, gets a big hook up slam. One thing I would say is that Titus O'Neil not very smooth. Charismatic as all get out, and that's a good thing, but his moves are a bit clunky. Darren Young doesn't exactly have a bunch of poise either. They go back and forth in the ring, and they do pretty okay. Sidewalk slam at one point right across the back into a right across the knee into a backbreaker by Darren Young or Titus O'Neil. O'Neil continues to stay on things, and Hornswoggle continues to be easily distracted. But again, Titus O'Neil gets a victory. Lucky Cannon tries again to flirt with Maurice, this time promising that he's not trying so hard and that he cares about her and knows what she wants, and she slaps him in the face. Yoshitatsu is amused by him getting slapped in the face, and again, there's a continuation of highlights of Lucky Cannon. Cannon comes in with things. Jacob Novak and JTG are teamed up here. Striker tries to get that pairing to make sense. And the tag match there in the middle of. And again, you've got Matt Striker out there talking about disrespect among other things. And Striker, a little bit of a spoiler in this season, Striker eventually tries to go back to wrestling a little bit. This time, though, rather than wrestle, they're doing a dance off. And so, I mean, that's kind of what's there. Then we see the history of The Miz coming back from Raw. Dance off segment really means absolutely nothing. The Raw segment is very long. Byron Saxton and Lucky Cannon are up and given about 5 minutes for a match, because in this show there's basically particularly two matches that are given about a grand total of maybe 10 minutes in ring time, and the rest is either highlights, you can call it that, low lights more accurately, and other things. Anyway, so we run through that, and Byron Saxton and Lucky Cannon got into it in the talkie-talkie segment before. Yoshitatsu certainly wants Cannon taken care of because he gets a better shot at Maurice there. Byron Saxton going pretty aggressively at Lucky Cannon. Punch, kick, punch, kick. Cannon, though, comes back with a kick right to the top of the head and doesn't really get all he wants on that. Although the cinch up of a pin, which ultimately does look pretty aggressive. And we'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail as I grab my phone. And again, to be fair, the match breaks down into a slower style Lucky Cannon on top for a couple of minutes. It doesn't necessarily stay that way because, Cannon is more of a fodder that really doesn't matter in the long run of things, whereas Byron Saxton, I think, is more of a company person. Anyway, neckbreaker by Cannon, and then a kickoff, and it's pretty simple. I mean, they do slow spots, even though there's 2 minutes left in the program, which, on one hand, from a psychological perspective, makes sense. On the other hand, there's kind of stupidity to it all. And then you see the kind of forward side falling or backward side falling DVD driver style move. Lucky Cannon gets a victory as we close out the show. We'll be back with more right after this.